When a mother was bathing her son, she suddenly discovered that his penis had grown 3 times larger. She hurriedly pulled her son outside. She was shocked to find that her son was actually 10 centimeters shorter than before. The woman asked the boy who he really was and why he was pretending to be her son. The boy just looked at her silently without saying a word. Julie covered her mouth in horror. Only now did she finally realize that the child in front of her was not her son at all. It had happened one weekend 6 months ago. She had planned to take her son to the movies, but suddenly received a call from the company. Her colleague had suddenly taken leave, so she had to rush in to work overtime. What she didn't know was that this would be the decision she would regret most in her life. When Julie got off work, it was already evening. When she returned home, the living room was empty. Her son was nowhere to be found in the bedroom either. Even the lunch she had left for her son in the refrigerator remained untouched. As a mother, she immediately realized her son might be missing. She searched for her son the entire night without finding any trace of him. Left with no choice, she tearfully called the police. But according to police regulations, a missing person report could only be filed after 24 hours. They simply told the unfortunate woman to wait a few more hours. After saying this, the police coldly hung up. As a single mother, she was powerless. She sat by the window and waited anxiously all night. The next afternoon, the police finally came to her house to leisurely register the information. 2 months quickly passed. Every day was torment for her because during these 2 months, she hadn't heard any news about her son. Until one day, 6 months later, the police chief suddenly told her that the boy had been found by the police. Julie wept with joy, as this was the best news she had heard in 6 months. However, when she came to the train station to pick up her son, she suddenly froze upon seeing the boy before her.
It's not my son.
The police looked at the woman in disbelief. The police determined that the woman was having a momentary delusion due to excessive longing. Before the woman could react, the boy hugged Julie's waist and kept calling her Mom. Having been a single mother for 7 years, how could she not recognize her own son? But with a crowd of reporters behind her and the police chief in front asking her to save face for the police, her thoughts became instantly confused, making her unable to distinguish right from wrong. She could only follow the police's arrangement for now. The boy was thus taken home by her, which led to the scene at the beginning of the video. Only at this moment did she come to her senses, but it was already too late. The next day, she went to the police station to explain the situation. Julie expressed her willingness to adopt this unknown child, but the police couldn't give up continuing to search for her biological son. The police chief became furious after hearing this. He had Julie directly committed to a mental hospital. Fire hydrants, meant to save lives and fight fires, became instruments of torture in their hands. On the surface, this was a mental hospital, but behind the scenes, it was the police's whitewashing facility. They forced the woman to take various medications every day, even if she wasn't mentally ill. If this continued, it wouldn't be long before she would become truly mentally ill. Until one day, a priest brought her good news.